The poker world has no doubt seen its fair share of scandals over the past few decades. Some have hugely impacted the severe game, while others just temporarily grab the poker fans' attention. Now, while it's fun to talk all about the latest tournament winner or to break down enormous cash game pots, nothing beats a good scandal. So in today's video, we will look at a few poker scams you probably didn't know about. So stay until the end, as you clearly want to take advantage of this.
Hi guys, PokerNow here. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Poker Hands. Before jumping straight into action, I would like to ask you guys to hit that like button and to subscribe too, as your support is very important to us.
The lock poker demise. The lock poker scam is pretty much a direct result of the happenings in the year 2011. Once major poker rooms were forced to leave the American market, many smaller new outlets saw their opportunity. And as for smaller rooms, such as the lock poker, this was no doubt worth the chance, as it was a great way to increase their liquidity, and by catering to poker-deprived customers from the United States. And to kick things off, they then launched a series of great promotions, offering additional value for the players who decided to take action there. With scarce alternatives and promises sounding too good to ignore, many US players and the rest of the world flocked to lock poker. The poker room managed to keep things together for several years, but it was not long before problems started to arise. First, the room started going back on its promotional promises, retroactively adding in all the terms and conditions that effectively prevented players from literally cashing out their extra funds. There were many poker players who tried to withdraw their funds out while they still could, even though only some managed to cash out in full. Then in April 2015, the entire thing came to a crushing end. Players had been waiting to get their money out since April of 2014 by this point, and by then it was only a matter of time before Lock Poker would throw in the towel. And when the site finally shut down, the traffic was at its all-time low, with the Poker Scout allegedly reporting a 7-day average of 10 ring game players. It's still being determined just how much money had vanished together with Lock Poker. However, at the same time, the estimates seem to be around $15 million. However, unlike the Black Friday scandal, where most players got paid in full, or at least to something in the end, this $15 million vanished into thin air. All those who had funds on the site have yet to get any of it back, and also with so much time passed by, this is unlikely to change. Peter Jepson's spyware scam. Peter Jepson, a Danish poker player, was popularly known for his win at European Poker Tour in 2007. Then the following year, he would set the world record for winning the biggest amount in online poker history. However, he is also known for cheating the players by downloading spyware on opponents' devices. The accusation was listed in cities like Berlin, Las Vegas, Copenhagen, Aarhus, where the scam spyware was downloaded on unknown players' devices. He did all these with his associates, but later they became the witnesses and provided proof against Jepson. Many people believe that during the European Poker Tour and during his Barcelona stops, many break-ins were attempted by Jepson's accomplices to install remote access Trojan spyware on other players' devices. In 2014, nearly 8 poker players from Denmark reported complaints against him for the scam that occurred in 2008. Epic Poker League fiasco. The Epic Poker League was thought of as the ultimate competition for the best of the best, and it was created by Annie Duke, who is Howard Lederer's sister, along with Jeffrey Pollock. Also, the Epic Poker League was set to be a mix of paid events, coming in with a $1 million free roll. And at the time the Epic League was entering the market early in 2011, this looked like a feasible idea. However, then Black Friday struck. And in the end, about 3 of the 4 scheduled events which took place, and the allegedly promising $1 million free roll agreement never happened. Moreover, the organization filed for bankruptcy in February 2012, and it was the end of the road for the Epic League. And at the time of the filing, the EPL had a staggering debt of about $5 million. So things clearly went differently than planned. Moreover, many of the community pointed fingers at Pollock and Duke for this turn of events. And even though it must be admitted, they were victims of the circumstances, at least to some degree. Once the US market was cut off, the interest suddenly disappeared, so finding sponsors was a real challenge. Then in the end, it was a nice idea. However, it came at the wrong time, and instead of being epic, it turned into one of the biggest and better-known poker scandals. Even though players did not lose any of their own money in the process, many players felt scammed, as they never really got a chance to play for the share of the promised $1 million prize pool. Missing millions. Full Tilt Poker Platform's case came in 2011 when the Department of Justice accused the company of defrauding over $300 million of poker players registered at the platform. One of the company's directors, Bitar, was accused and charged with several offenses of digital gambling and fraud. Later, he surrendered his house and $40 million after pleading guilty. Other directors, including Ferguson and Lederer's lawyer, denied the allegations of an illegal or fraud attempt and said it was mismanagement. In this case, more than $400 million were taken out of the company's till. This huge amount was actually a deposit made by poker players on the Full Tilt Poker online platform. All the money was paid to the shareholders, owners, directors, and several famous poker players. In 2014, Rational Group acquired Full Tilt and repaid all the debts, including the mission of millions of players. The players had to wait 3 years to get back their money. This could be one of the last decade's biggest crimes in the poker game. The infamous Jamie Gold backing scandal. There is rarely a poker fan out there who does not know who the notorious Jamie Gold is. Loud, confident, and sometimes annoying, Jamie Gold managed to make his way to the WSOP main event gold bracelet in the year 2006, winning around $12 million. It was a huge amount of money. However, it turned out not all of it was Gold's to keep. Then after the tournament ended, it came to light that he apparently had an agreement with Crispin Lacer, who initially put Jamie Gold in the event. And in exchange for this, Jamie promised half of his winnings to Crispin Lacer, probably not even thinking that the half would be at least $6 million. When he did not agree to pay, Lacer took things to court and he was able to block Gold from receiving around $6 million. Also, one of the key pieces of evidence was apparently a voicemail sent to Lacer on the last and final day of the main event, in which he had promised him his half of the winnings. Now failing to lift a restraining order on the second half of all his winnings, the 2006 WSOP champion came to a final decision that the best way to resolve the problem was to settle with Lacer privately. Furthermore, the settlement happened in 2007, but there were no details about how much Gold had to give up. Once the whole thing was solved, Jamie Gold came out claiming that it was a big misunderstanding and that Gold had never planned to go back on his word. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching, see you again soon in another video.